when you have a tenant that does not pay and does not pay rent, how long does it take to get execute some type of document to get that tenant out of your home, and what court do you go to do that?
That is a great question.
Yeah. So two-part question. The first part of your question is real simple. The minute they are late on rent, if they have a due date and then a late buy or a delinquent date, once they've passed that delinquent date, you can then start the process, the eviction process, with the proper notice letter to them. There's steps you have to take, there's a process you have to take, and the first step is a letter to the tenant telling them that they're in default of the rent. They haven't paid you rent. They have a certain number of days, depending on what your lease says, to bring the rent current, or else then you can begin the eviction process. And I believe the second part of your question was which court, and that would be the District Court of Mobile County.
Okay, so do you have to contact an attorney to do all this for you, or can you just write the letter and send it to them, or at what point do you kind of involve an attorney in the case?
Well,
you don't have to. I think I know the answer. You don't have to, but if you don't follow the steps right, then you're going to be in hot water. So I would always advise that you go through a lawyer
to make sure that
like
you're
Josh.
following the process correctly.
Absolutely. Is that right, Josh?
That is. There's no law that says that you have to have an attorney to do this, but if you make a mistake, you're going to get all the way into court, and the judge is going to say you've messed up and that you got to start over, and that's precious time and precious money you've lost that you now are having to pay that note. And
But let's assume you do everything correctly and you go to district court. How long, you file it in district court, how long until that person is going to be removed from your house?
I'd say typically on average 2 months,
Okay.
A couple months. It takes time. The complaint has to get filed. They have an opportunity to answer. They have an opportunity to prepare and defend the lawsuit against them. And then once the judge rules, there's an appeal time, short appeal time after that, but typically about 2 months.
And I know we have another caller, but I would advise, and wouldn't you advise a property owner, if someone is not paying the rent, just don't go inside the house and remove all of their belongings and things of that nature.
Yeah,
correct?
absolutely. So that's called self-help, and self-help is illegal. You will get in a lot of trouble. You cannot go in. You can't tell them that you're going in and throwing their stuff out on the street. There's a whole step and a whole process you got to go through to get to that point. So you can't just go in and take the law into your own hands, kind of thing.